G'day everybody, where's Wally here? Well, tonight this might just be a quick one and a little bit of housekeeping. I just wanted to let everybody know that we have a Hugh Jarsz. I mean, we have been skipping leg day, but I actually meant we have Hugh Jarsz as now part of the Wolfpack team. So everybody, in the description below will be a link to Hugh's channel, so please do yourself a favour and click and subscribe to him, because there's going to be a lot of good content coming from this lad in the near future. And now for the main show, we're on to Rich, Mr. Thrive and Survive. Well, Rich, I did submit a entry for your Show Me the Penumbra challenge, but so far all I've heard is...
You know, I haven't even checked my email. I'm sure there's two others that said they were going to send me an email proving the penumbra.
So, mate, I did try to send you an email, but all I got was bounce back. So, mate, you better have a look at your email address. That doesn't seem to be working either. And in your video the other day, I did hear you say...
Mike Ball, he knows where I'm going with it, but nobody else does yet. One person on the other side guessed where I was going with it so far.
Oh, man, I do hope that's me. Did I actually get where you were going with it? That's going to be really interesting. But listening to you talking about rockets, mate, I have a fear that you really don't know what you're talking about.
Here's an interesting point about that rocket. Remember the one that goes up and then it fires out of the bottom and then it comes back down to Earth and lands on a little dummy ship, supposedly. Such fakery. Anyway, long before it fires its retro rocket to stop its descent, it shows the astronauts, you know, everything's kind of like weightless and things are flapping up and down because it's weightless. And then you have this rocket way higher than that. It's got to fire its rocket to slow its descent back to Earth. Why is it falling back to Earth when everything else is in weightlessness? You ever wonder that? Strange stuff.
Because when the first stage separates and it falls back down to Earth, it's because it's only doing 8,000 kilometers an hour. Now, to be in orbit, let's have a look what second stage is doing when it's actually in orbit. It's about 27,400, so quite a lot faster. This is why the first stage comes back down, Rich. It's just not going fast enough yet. And of course, if you have a look at the launch profiles of the different ways they use the rocket, they do different things with it. And in case you haven't figured it out, Rich, the main difference between these launch profiles of expendable and reusable mode is that to turn the rocket around and bring it back down to the launch pad or to the drone strip and use retro rockets to land it requires fuel. And that's fuel that can't be used to boost the payload. So you can't have as heavy a payload or get it going as fast if you want to reuse the booster. So to get the most load up the highest and the fastest, you go full expendable and you lose the rocket. And here's an excellent site that shows you the launch profile for every rocket, well, the last 20 or 30 anyway, from SpaceX. So it is really great little resource.
And again, it would be falling in its own fire and there is no burn marks, scorches, nothing on the thing. It's pristine.
Well, Rich, I did just hear you say that that rocket comes back clean, pristine, I think was the word you used. Mate, how much wrong can you be? You clearly didn't watch the other video I made for you, because I showed you exactly how filthy those boosters get. This one's been reused 3, 4, I think maybe even 5 times, and it's getting dirtier and dirtier each time. Oh, and Rich, I think you might have also had a problem with flames and soot coming back through re-entry. And Rich, and just in case you didn't see these images today, the booster, when it came back into town, she was a little bit dirty. What a dirty boy. I think you better have a look at that too. So obviously there was a whole pile of soot and stuff pumping up the side of this thing, and the only bits that stayed white were the bits that were covered by the legs. So Rich, it would seem that NASA has indeed become a dirty word. Just from all that rocket exhaust, mate. So Rich, I think you're going to have to amend that little part of your speech. What do you reckon, mate? Can you do it? Well, I guess that is a wrap up on Rich, and I do hope that I've trickled this information in slow enough that Rich can absorb it, but I'm afraid that none of this is going to go where it's meant to go. If you enjoyed my video, give me a click and a like and a subscribe and a share and all that good stuff. Thanks, guys.